Just an, oh, you mean, okay.
There you go. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for all coming out on this beautiful day. We're gonna start is that on?
Yep.
Okay, good. We're gonna start the Public Safety and Emergency Service Committee. One thing here. The time is now 3:35. A copy of the agenda for this meeting can be found on the county website under the tab for Legislature. Please silence your phones and electronic devices, and at this time, I'd ask all to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and thank you. And Doreen, could you do the roll call, please?
Absolutely. Sutherland. Here. Ramos. Sierra. Sassy.
Here.
Cheney.
Here.
Riskevich. Agenda.
Here.
4 present, 3 absent.
All right, thank you so much. And the first on our agenda is Probation Director Timothy Davidian. And you want to come up? It's a request to accept and appropriate grant funds from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services to support the gun involved violence elimination initiative. The term of the grant is from 7/1/2025 to 6/30/2026. The amount is $239,414. This is legislative request 232. Can I get a motion? Rob and Janet? Okay, the floor is all yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is actually Give 12. For the last 3 years, including this year, probation has dedicated money. We used to kind of, quite honestly, fight for some of the crumbs and some overtime. But 3 years ago, there's dedicated probation money. It was 226, 227, and this year up to $239,000. We're funding 2 full-time probation officers. For gun violence, we've split the county in half. So Newburgh being the focus on Give East and Middletown being the focus on Give West. But we're supervising all these offenders as greatest risk offenders, GPS monitoring if they it's ordered by the court, 2 home visits a month and weekly contact. So it's high intensity supervision plus joint operations with both police departments and the sheriff's office.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions from anybody? No, this is a continual type of thing every year. All right, seeing no questions, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And next we have Commissioner Pete Sorigliano, and is Mr. Dawson on the team?
He's not.
He's not, okay, great. This is a request to accept and appropriate additional federal funds from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee through the New York State Stop DWI Foundation as a subrecipient of the 2024-2025 Stop DWI High Visibility Enforcement Campaign Grant. This additional money will be allocated to the Orange County Sheriff's Office and the City of Middletown Police Department for the Stop DWI enforcement patrols, checkpoints during designated enforcement periods. It's in the amount of $10,000 and it's legislative request 233. Second, okay, Rob and Janet again. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. These are additional funds we applied for through the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, $10,000 to be used for Stop DWI enforcement for the Orange County Sheriff's Office and the City of Middletown Police Department.
And this is another repeat, it's just an add.
It's actually additional funds we applied for that they had available. So it's in addition to the, I think it's the $30,000 that we previously received, but this is an additional $10,000 that we can use.
Okay, fantastic. Any questions regarding this grant?
What's the split between county?
I believe this is going to depend on what initiatives we do this on, but it could be 50-50. It could be, however many patrols Sheriff's Department has and however many City of Middletown can assign, just depends on the location.
Right. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, it's up. Legislator Ben.
So how far does the money actually go? Like how many patrols or nights do you get?
It's usually, they're usually based on holidays, so, like Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving, it's usually, New Year's, around Christmas time, and there's designated, times that will have an enhanced enforcement during those periods.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, no other questions? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Have Legislator Ramos has made it through that traffic. I got here a couple minutes before you. Okay.
Go.
That's it, we're
Thank
good to
you.
go. Thank you so much. And we'll talk more about that other. thing.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next we have, the sheriff's not here, so we have. I'm not gonna give you that promotion
No,
again
no,
today,
no,
because
I'm
I
just the
always,
chief.
I know. I'm sorry. They should make sure that they have you guys' names on here and so forth. So anyway, this is, the first is a request to accept and appropriate funds from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for the 2025 and 26 gun involved violence elimination initiative. It's for $95,000 and it's legislative request 227.
So,
Okay. There, okay. You have the floor, thank you.
This is the same grant that Director DeVito was just speaking to you guys about, which I know you're all familiar with. The way it works for us is slightly different. We are a partnering agency, so we assist the primary agencies, which are City of Newburgh, City of Middletown, DA's office, probation. So the way that we use our money, this grant money, we'll be assisting and augmenting the patrols in the City of Newburgh and City of Middletown PD for hotspot policing. We also have some of that grant money that is directed towards our investigators so that they can go out and assist probation with high-risk offenders. They do visits with them. They also assist some of the local PDs with focused deterrence investigation methods. And if they need help with warrants that fall into the parameters of this grant, we'll help them with that. That money is also, some of it's slated for training that is specifically focused towards this type of work. Some money also for supervisors, if we're sending out a full detail with Middletown's requesting a squad, we'll send 4 in 1, usually something like that. So that's how we use our money. Usually the primary agency will request for us to come and then we utilize this funds to go assist them with these initiatives.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll call the question. All in favor?
aye.
Okay, anybody opposed? Great, thank you. And then B, we have the corrections report.
Good afternoon. Corrections report was previously submitted for your review. Our current head count was 467 this morning. Our ICE count was 172. Our revenue to the end of July was $4,072,523.
Yes, I was asking.
In the corrections report, there was a section there that I read about identifying gang members. We have a special unit that does that.
Yes.
So once you identify them, what's the protocol after that?
Well, for us,
Curious.
our unit works collaboratively with both the patrol division and outside agencies. But internally, it helps us keep, rival gang members apart,
Right.
to provide a safe and secure environment to the best of our abilities. So that's primarily what we use it for, but we also just use it to assist outside agencies that may assist them out on the street.
Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the sheriff's report.
So this month we wanted to highlight our Junior Deputy Academy. It's the first time we ever ran a program like that. It really was. It just was overwhelming, amounts of positive support coming in for it. I know that when we put up the registration, it was already filled within 2 days. People wanting their kids to come participate. So I'm thinking next year we might even try to do a few more sessions or a few more squads if we can, so that more kids can participate. So we had a pretty long waiting list, and they got to experience a lot of things about what it's like to be in law enforcement and just learning a lot about government and civics. We had people coming in from the state police to work with them, county attorney's office, did some little projects with them. I think we had probation, we had Some of the local EMS came in to do demonstrations for them, so they got to experience a lot of different things. So we're hoping to expand on that youth program next year as well. And then we also, I think I sent you all our commercial vehicle enforcement report, and I always just like to point out some of the worst offenders that we encountered. But this past month, on the 18th, I wanted to point out one of the highlights there. There was a cement truck rollover in Goshen, and that one, we didn't have CVE people working on the road that day. They were actually doing a detail over Woodbury. So we asked them to go check out the cement truck, and it turned out that the cement truck was 43% overweight and by over 22,000 pounds. And it took over 6 hours to clear that up, and the road was blocked for 6 hours. So this is the work that they're doing. It's important to maintain the safety on the roads. And like we had said before, these trucks are going onto the secondary roads and they're wreaking havoc there. So that's one of the things that the sheriff really wants to, hone in on.
Do we have the ability to do a bill back to those companies that are overweight or have that, so that the cost associated would come out of that company rather than coming out of any of our budgets?
I would imagine that happens through the tickets. When they get ticketed, they're paying fines. The companies are paying fines.
I'm sure they're not paying a fine for 6 hours and.
No, they're not paying for that,
That's
no.
not, but that would be a good incentive to keep a lot of the companies to make sure they're staying on top if they thought they had to pay for all the emergency response and the reimbursement of all of that on top of fines for not.
That's true. That's something I could look into. I'm not sure if there's anything like that exists.
I know that we do that with, like if somebody hits the stop signs and all that, they actually, their insurance has to pick up the cost of replacing, any of the signs that they hit or even the guardrails and all that. So that may be something that we should look into, because if we can get their insurance or their company to do that, that would at least give them, when they start weighing how much it's gonna cost them for something they're breaking the law and they get caught versus, just staying on top of everything, making sure that all their vehicles are, up to expectations.
I could look into that and see. I'll see if our supervisor of the unit can look and see if that's something that's possible.
Might be
Fantastic.
worthy of a resolution.
It's definitely worthy of a resolution because, it should be
If
that,
there's property damage, if there's property damage, yes, then, yeah.
If there's property damage, they're gonna have to pay. for it.
right, the property damage,
And the
correct.
commercial fines are much more significant than like the speed ticket.
Right,
Thousands.
They are.
But
Thousands.
it's,
they're high.
does it yeah, but where does that money go? When
To the
it's,
states, yeah, no
State.
different if you were getting a.
so it doesn't come back to us and it's, all the responses are coming out of a lot of our areas, isn't it?
Right, unless it's county property.
And that's just kind of.
All right, it's just something to look into,
But I think it's
any
something-
avenue that,
This is a relatively new program that Sheriff Arteta rolled out, so we're still building it up.
perfect. Okay, legislative,
Yeah, that 22,700, that's a big fine for,
Yeah, I
that's
would
gonna be a
imagine
huge
that's
fine
that's a huge
for
fine.
his overweights, but, can I go back to one thing with
Sure.
with the
Go ahead, I'm
gangs?
sorry.
You hear all these names on the news over the last couple of years, Trende de Agua or whatever, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Any signs of those like national or international gangs in Orange County?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, and then the fly car, I just wanted to mention that too, because it's been out for a couple of weeks now. We did one review after about 2 weeks of it being out, and they have already responded to at least one patient call a day while they've been out on patrol,
Right.
in addition to their regular duties. And it is doing what we intended it to do. I know that they had at least 5 refusals of medical, so once they got there, it was pretty much determined that the person didn't need, I know that there was one, the types of calls that they've gone to a couple trauma calls, motor vehicle accidents. They've gone to, I know there was one involving seizures, cardiac calls, and then there was one where I think somebody fell and hurt themselves, but they did not need to go to get transferred to EMS. So it is keeping the EMS in service when they're not needed, which I know is one of the main goals of this program. And we're sending a few more deputies to EMT school in the fall and then again in the winter. And we're hoping to roll out the second car later this year.
Any other questions, Frank? All right, thank you so much for the update. Okay, and the last section for our committee meeting is resolutions. The first one is a resolution for the Orange County Legislature recognizing September 14th through September 20th 2025 as Shepherd's Week. So would everybody like to sponsor that one?
Yes.
Okay. And I guess I'll call the question, all in favor for that, or I don't have to, I just have to,
Motion and second.
a motion and a second.
So moved.
Sorry, okay, so I have a second, we're gonna do all, if I'm doing all, how do I do that?
That's all right, that's separate, all on, as it goes into the sponsor portion of it, it doesn't have anything to do with the vote.
Oh, okay, so I just picked two for the actual sponsor and,
No, we do all for sponsor and sponsor.
okay,
And then the vote is based on the two that made the motion in the second, and then we vote on that. You understand?
I'm gonna put Bobby there again.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I was checking. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And the second resolution is the resolution of the Orange County Legislature proclaiming September 17th through 2025 through September 23rd, 2025 as Constitutional Week.
So
So Rob
Second.
and Barry. And would everybody like to do that one as well, or not?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And all in favor for that?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, thank you so much. I just need a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So the parties, the parties that you guys now?